Hey, welcome to this episode of the Say Hello to Joe podcast, brought to you by Century Ford and Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Mount Airy, Maryland. Joined today with Dave Lantz, who is our Service Director at our Chrysler Dodge Jeep facility. And, you know, it's the middle of June, starting to heat up outside. And one of the things that we wanted to talk to the audience about today was summer maintenance tips. I mean, you come out of winter, and you get the cold beating on your vehicle for 3 or 4 months, and then you have the heat, and there's a handful of things that you really should look at and get taken care of on your car. So Dave, why don't you fill everybody in on what they should be doing to their car to get their summer maintenance tips going?
As we go into the summer, we get a lot of the warmer weather coming along. One of the first things we want to check for you is your air conditioning system. Make sure it's blowing the proper temperature, make sure the condenser's not clogged up, do a visual inspection of belts and hoses as part of that system and make sure everything's working and functioning properly. Look at the tire pressures on the car. Tire pressures are a big thing with going from the winter to the summer. Wintertime, they bleed air pressure off just because it gets cold. The air gets a little more dense, lose tire pressure, lose 3 or 4 pounds. As we go into the summertime, we want to make sure the tire pressures are correct. Increase fuel mileage, increase tire wear, and increase longevity of your vehicle.
Yeah, and to our audience out there, most of, probably from about 2010 forward, most of the vehicles have the tire pressure monitoring sensors in them, and the biggest contributor to tire pressure fluctuating is, like Dave mentioned, is the weather. And we have a lot of people that come in and go, oh, my tire light's on. Why is my tire light? Well, usually that'll happen to your car right during the change of a season. Either, coming out of summer into winter when you get those first cold nights and, the tires contract and the pressure goes down, and then coming out of winter going into summer. So don't panic if that light comes on, because usually that is temperature related, unless you drop 20 or 30 pounds, then you probably got a nail in your tire, right?
Then we need to do a better visual inspection and look and see. But 3 to 5 pounds, if you have just one tire that's off a little bit, just stop by and see us. We can check them real quick in the service lane for you. We can top them off. We can make it a quick stop for you, make it an easy visit, and do a visual inspection, make sure they're wearing okay and everything looks good.
Yep. And windshield wipers are a big one too. You come out of the winter, you have ice on your windshields and frost, and they stick and they get beat by the inclement weather, and it's a little wear and tear on your windshield, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably every 3 to 6 months, probably ought to change the wiper blades. Again, wintertime, everybody's guilty of it. Use it as a defrost, break the ice up a little bit, hit it with the washers, wipe them across. That's hard and tears up the equipment, tears up the wiper blade, makes them very rough. And then as you go into summertime, they smear. The rainy days, these thunderstorms that pop up in the afternoon, put a new set of blades on it, makes it crisp and clear, and you can see a lot better.
Yep. And the good news is we can do all of that for you right here at either Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or at Century Ford. We'd be happy to look at your vehicle, inspect it, and tell you what it needs. So thanks for joining us today. The Say Hello to Joe podcast brought to you by Century Ford, Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And make sure you like this episode, leave us a review, and you can view this podcast on all the major podcast networks. Thanks, and have a great summer.